And let's...
Kevin, thank you. There is no question that Dallas is Luka.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's CLA Stein. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Portland moving the ball around. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by Richardson.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Doncic feeling it out. Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. 4-point game.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Now here's CLA Stein. Following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Doncic with it. Jones covering. And it goes down 2 points. Porzingis has got his second basket.
You know, Porzingis is a guy who's used to having to fight his way through the defense, and good balance allowed him to do that there.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. It's deflected. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Here's Doncic following the score by Damian Lillard. No good on his first attempt of the game.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
The 3. Covington passes to Nurkic. McCollum outside. Drops in the tray.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
Out to the right wing. Finney-Smith kicks to CLA Stein. Pass to Finney-Smith from the arc. To the paint. Clock is at 3. Here's the 3. Lillard with it. 1:58 left to play in the first quarter. McCollum outside. 6 to shoot. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalry. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Here's Lillard after the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Outside, Jones. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Dallas. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic.
The 7'3" Latvian Porzingis is used to overcoming tough defense. Poise from the big man.
Now here's Lillard. Passes to McCollum. to Lillard. His three-pointers off the mark. The Mavericks leading. Doncic outside. And there's the pass to Cauley Stein. Left side, Porzingis. And another basket for Dallas.
High release for Porzingis on his jump shots. Almost impossible to defend that.
Lillard surveying the D. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for Dallas. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
We've got Anthony. Also, Enes Kanter out there. C.J. McCollum out there with Powell. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Hardaway passes to Marjanovic. Dallas moving the ball around. And here's Brunson. He dishes it to Hardaway. Sinks the triple. Hardaway has got the lead up to 7 now for the Mavs.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's McCollum. He has 6. Kanter dishes to McCollum. Back to Kanter. Launches a 3. McCollum, no good. Mavericks leading by 7. Now Brunson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Here's Simons. Anthony up on top from about 19 feet. They get it back. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
One of the things you love about Hollis Jefferson is his activity. I mean, he impacts the game really without having plays called for him.
Brunson kicks to Redick. Pass to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Powell. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else.
Hardaway passes to Marjanovic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. Marjanovic has got 4 this quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's Simons. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. From deep. Powell pulls it in.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the wide open shot from Redick. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Trailblazers trail by 9. Hollis Jefferson, the tip in on the offensive rebound.
And, you know, when Hollis Jefferson is getting it done at both ends, he can really be an asset.
It's Redick on the wing. Back to Brunson. And Redick now atop the key. Hollis Jefferson passes to Simons. Anthony, no one around. It's good on the putback. Hollis Jefferson's got 6.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Here's Brunson. Marjanovic finds Hardaway. Now Powell. And Cantor pulls it down. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Here's Powell. Doesn't go that time. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Inside. Powell, the pass to Brunson. Dishes it to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. And he lobs it up toward the rim. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Cantor, the pass to Simons. Powell, no one around him. Drills it from outside. Powell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Brunson kicks to Marjanovic. Pass to Hardaway. Marjanovic with it. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a... Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. It was all Kristaps Porzingis in the first quarter. He had 8 points, win or lose. And that...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been quite a game for Porzingis.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. We've got Luka Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Cauley Stein. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's Doncic, following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Doncic passes to Finney Smith. Back to Doncic. Out left to the wing. Finney Smith kicks to Doncic. Over McCollum. Doncic, no good. Trailblazers trail by 4. Goes up on the high post. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. McCollum's got the first basket of the third quarter for Portland. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Doncic passes to Cauley Stein. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. That one drops for him. Porzingis has got 10 points. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Mavericks leading by 4. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And here are the Trailblazers now. Now, here's Lillard. Passes it to McCollum. He feeds it to Nurkic. A shot by Lillard, wide open. Off target from outside.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Cauley Stein finds Doncic. And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Doncic. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber comes in for Cauley Stein. And it's Burke in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. They trail by 6. McCollum dishes to Jones. Lets it fly. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. McCollum's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Now here's Porzingis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Robert Covington picks one up. The Mavericks shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
You know, guys, when I look at KP, I think he's got the talent to be a franchise player. As long as he stays healthy, I think he'll be a force in the league for a while.
Cantor checked in for Portland. Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. Then for the Mavericks, Cauley Stein comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Trey Burke. McCollum, no good.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Out to Porzingis from downtown. Now the pass to Richardson. Fires the three. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now here's Lillard. Shoots the three. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Here's Doncic. And it's Portland with the rebound.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Lillard against Doncic. Three-pointer. Cantor kicks to Lillard. Off target with his three.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Cauley Stein passes to Finney-Smith. Trailblazers trail by 5. Three-pointer, Lillard. Lillard again missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. Back to Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Porzingis. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter. Doncic against Lillard. Pass to Cantor. Back to Lillard. Takes a three. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lillard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Portland.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
The third quarter comes to a close. Mavericks lead by 4. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Powell finds Redick. Back to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
McCollum passes to Hollis-Jefferson. Down low, Powell with the steal. On the wing, Hardaway. Covered by Anthony.
But, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Passes to Hollis-Jefferson. Powell with the steal. Back to Redick. Takes the three. And the three ball is good. Redick's got the lead up to 11 now for Dallas.
Hey, let's face it, some of the shots Redick makes are unguardable. He knows he can drain it from way deep.
Lillard outside. And the pass to McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first three of the half, there might be more in store.
Thompson with it. To the inside. Here's Marjanovic, and Dallas again with the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And that one's good. Lillard.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Brunson kicks to Marjanovic. To the paint. Hardaway passes to Redick. And here is Marjanovic. Here's Brunson. Misses the 3. And he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
But they're still in this one, fellas. Can they pump it up a notch here in the clutch?
Brunson kicks to Redick. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. Comes up empty down low. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. It's a 5-point game. Unloads. Powell pulls it in. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's Brunson. Marjanovic down low, covered by Hollis Jefferson. Portland's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. McCollum, no good. Powell with it, can't recover. Hardaway kicks to Powell. Throws it up high.
Powell doing a nice job recognizing when to give it up. He, to me, is the epitome of a value utility player. Knows his role.
Pass to Kanter. To Lillard from downtown, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Outside, Redick. Outside, Hardaway. Back to Redick. Kicks it to Powell. 6 on the shot clock. Marjanovic goes back up. That's tipped.
The 7'2" wingspan of Hollis Jefferson paying off right there. His defense can be suffocating.
It's to Anthony. Lillard against Hardaway. Lillard, the pass to Kanter. Launches it. Anthony's shot is off.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Brunson kicks to Redick. Lets it go from deep. Inside. Back to Brunson. Redick surveying the D. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
From deep 3-point range, that shot no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's...
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. And for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point guard. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Outside, Covington. Stolen by Beverly. An easy 2 points on the layup. Beverly's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And the quick feet of Beverly really jetting it down the open court for a high percentage opportunity.
Here is Lillard. McCollum finds Lillard. From deep. That shot off the mark. And the Clippers will come the other way. Powell with it. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Paul George with the steal. Pass to Zubac. And here's George. Covered by Lillard. From the arc. And Paul George with the three.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Respect the leaping ability of Lillard, or you'll get dunked on.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. On the wing, Morris. George against Lillard. A three from Leonard. And no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Now here's Lillard. From deep three-point range with the putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
Now here's Beverly. Passes it to Zubac. Back to Beverly. Kicks it to George. From 18 feet away. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Oh, their movement is good. They get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
And Los Angeles with some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard.
Oh, man, what a slam by Kanter. His size lets him make easy work of those big plays in the paint.
Outside Leonard. Feeds to Cousins. Shoots over Powell. And the Clippers miss again. Portland trailing here. Cullen passes to Simons. Dishes to Carmelo. Shoots over Batum. Anthony can't hit. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Outside for Jackson. Leonard inside. Guarded by Powell. Makes it off the glass.
What strength from Leonard there. Not allowing the defense to get the best of him.
McCollum outside. Pass to Powell. Here's Simons. 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And the shot goes in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
George, no good.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
They get the rebound. There's the pass to Kanter. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. And Portland making a change here. Jones is checked in. Clock at 6. McCollum feeling it out a bit. And they take the lead. Kanter's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Kennard against McCollum. Yep, it counts.
It's Kennard's ability to create that sets him apart. I mean, gets inside, finds himself a shot.
McCollum outside. They get it again. Kanter. Pass to Carmelo. Three-pointer. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Clippers on top. They're up by 1. We'll be back shortly live.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Oh, what a beautiful play.
What intensity. Did you see that? Great.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. He looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Jackson against Lillard. Taken away by Anthony.
That's going to be an easy bucket if he doesn't get his hand to that pass. Well defended.
Here's Lillard. From deep. That will not drop. Still looking for his groove. He's 1 of 6 so far from the floor.
A really tough night for him offensively. I mean, I wonder what the score would be if he wasn't so cold from the field.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And Norman Powell subbed in for McCollum. Floats it up there for Nurkic. It's stolen by Morris. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And Jones sends it back. And they'll keep possession. And the shot goes down. And the Clippers lead by 3.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Lillard scanning the floor. The long distance 3 is buried. Lillard's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
Oh, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Jackson. And a switch here also for Portland. Simons is checked in. And George kicks to Leonard. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. CJ McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on it. Pass to Powell. Here's Simons. Here's Jones. And it's Jones finishing it off.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. A 3 from Leonard. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubats is checked in. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Simons, the pass to Powell. Nurkic in the post, working on Zubats. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Portland. Clippers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Now Beverly. Outside, George. The dish now to Morris. Outside for George. 6 to shoot. Back to Morris. Zubac's trying to break loose. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
This is his first free throw of the game. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1. So for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Outside Leonard. Ball's knocked loose. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And here is Los Angeles now. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to Cantor. Back to Lillard. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Lillard's got the lead, back up to 1 now for the Trailblazers. And here's George. He has 5. The pass to Leonard. Back to George. It'll count. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were in a 7-point hole at one stage. And that'll do it for
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Anthony in at the small forward position. Here's George, accurate with the jumper from the elbow. George has got 7 points.
In the mid-range jumper, really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
And it's Paul George with the finish.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Pass to Cantor. Lillard from outside, but he gets it back. Back to Cantor. He kicks it to McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Clock at 4. Here's Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers score.
I like the attitude Lillard brings to the offensive end. I mean, if he's got room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate or even think twice about it.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. The shot by George, no good. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. It's a 1-point game. Out to Anthony. There's the triple. Passes it to Lillard. Back to Anthony. Lillard, right side, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. That makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
To the middle, here's Morris, and he lays it straight in.
And that's why you love Morris, because he is just a total team player. Not only an extraordinary screener, but a superb roller as well.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Back to Lillard. Poked loose. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Norman Powell subbed in for C.J. McCollum.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And stolen by Cousins. Jackson kicks to Kennard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Lillard misses. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Mann passes to Kennard. The tray. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Lillard from outside. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
I like to see this Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
Jackson up top, covered by Lillard. Here's Batum. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Fires the 3. Good on the three-point shot. Now it's a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
You got to get out on Lillard. I mean, his long-distance shot, you know it's cash.
Kennard for 3. He can't get that one, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way. The shot by Lillard, wide open. No good on the 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And then Cousins with the dunk.
That's just a sensational play from Cousins. He leaps off the floor so quickly when he has an opportunity for that alley-oop slam.
Lillard dishes to Powell. Back to Lillard. This one for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Lillard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
And Cousins throws it down.
Oh, man, in these screen and roll plays, Jackson is just exceptional. Just reads the defense well and delivers remarkable passes to his teammates.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Nurkic. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And don't go away. We'll be right back. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Batum. Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Mann in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. The Trailblazers also changing it up. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Little in for Anfernee Simons. Nurkic the pass to Covington. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
George against Nurkic. And the dunk by Zubac.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. McCollum dishes to Little. Nurkic with it. Kicks to Little. Just 5 on the clock. McCollum outside. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Beverly. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Little passes to Jones. Now McCollum goes up on the wing, and Portland again with the bucket.
Such a smart offensive player. When McCollum sees these shots open up, he doesn't think twice about firing.
Pass to Zubac. And contact, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's foul number 2 for him. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer, Lillard.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Leonard with no one around. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Trailblazers leading by 7. Beyond the arc. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Leonard attacking. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the basket by McCollum.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
George passes to Zubac. Outside for George. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. To the paint. From deep three-point range, Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Trailblazers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Lillard.
I mean, he had a plan for how to attack the D. He executed and never let up. Relentless offensive basketball.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
Again, the miss by Lillard. And here's Los Angeles. George way outside. They get the rebound and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Wow, look at Morris. Just using that big body of his to draw contact. The defense has a tough time matching up with him.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 8. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Simons. Portland no good that time either. So the Trailblazers win it. They see. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Injuries a big part of the game. They just got to make the adjustments.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3. And for the Mavericks, they've got Cauley Stein. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Now, here is George. Outside Leonard. Porzingis with the rebound.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
Cauley Stein finds Porzingis. And here is Doncic. Just 5 to shoot. Over Beverly. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. First quarter, just over a minute played.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far
seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Porzingis can't hit. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's George. Lays it up off the glass.
The speed in transition. Paul George is dynamic in space.
Doncic looking it over. The pass to Cauley Stein. Back to Doncic. From deep. They get it back. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Left side, George.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Back to Porzingis. They get a hand on it. Finney Smith kicks to Richardson. Cauley Stein against Zubac. Shoots. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
Well, they get it to the high percentage area, and then it all goes wrong from there.
George, no good.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. A shot by Batum, no good. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Brunson the pass to Powell. Here's Porzingis. It's tipped, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for him.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. And the Mavericks with possession here after the Clippers pick up 2. Brunson finds Marjanovic. Tipped away. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Mann. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
It's good.
A phenomenal score from these mid-range spots. Redick superb at finding room to get that one off.
Outside Jackson. And the 3 off target.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Marjanovic kicks to Brunson. Back to Marjanovic. Here's Jackson, and he banks in the layup.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Mavericks lead by 2. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Batum. Kennard is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's man in at the 3. Kennard for 3. Kleber with the rebound. The Mavericks leading.
And Doris, as if it were destiny, Kleber grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell, because in 2017, Kleber texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary.
Passes it to Batum. He kicks to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Pass to Brunson. Back to Burke. Pass to Kleber. And here's Brunson. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And Kleber slams it in.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Jackson passes to Kennard. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. And there's the pass to Mann. Clippers moving the ball around. No good from outside.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Kleber finds Burke. Back to Kleber. Shoots. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Hardaway. And he overshot that one, missing.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Man. Mavericks with the rebound. Burke looking over the floor. Over Kennard. Powell, no one around him. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Kleber's got the lead up to 6 now for Dallas.
Well, hard blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just feeding everyone to the ball.
Passes to Okuru. Good work there as it goes. Kennard's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Pass to Burke. Now here's Powell. Back to Burke. Outside Hardaway. Offensive rebound.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now here's Kennard. Burke covering. Kennard, the pass to Batum. Outside for Jackson. Here's Kennard. Pass to Mann. Back to Kennard. Shot from 12. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to lead, no doubt.
Brunson the pass to Kleber. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Clippers trail by 4. And George kicks to Zubats. Leonard looking over the floor. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Doncic finds Richardson. Dallas, no good that time either. LA has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard, no luck. Mavericks leading by 4. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. The 3 for Doncic. The rebound by Paul George. And that's the final possession with the nice deep. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The largest lead they had was 6 in the open. That's all for now. 6.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
We've got Josh Richardson. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Cauley Stein. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Doncic against George. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Richardson gets a wide-open look. That 3 off the mark. The Clippers trail. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard, that's for 2. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Dallas shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Doncic against George. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, Luka Doncic has an innate sense for when his teammates are open, and boy, does he deliver it.
Doncic against George. The pass to Zubac. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Doncic against George. Doncic passes to Finney Smith. Back to Doncic. Just 4 to shoot. Porzingis trying to get free. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got his second bucket of the game to go. Clippers trail by 4. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Now George. Over in the corner, Beverly. And a miss there on the triple.
And they continue to control the glass.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. A different look for Dallas. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Doncic. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Cousins is checked in.
Well, this speaks to the feel that Kristaps Porzingis has for the game of basketball. If you're open, he'll find you.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Trailing here by 8. Passes it to Cousins. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. George against Reddick. That shot missing, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Leonard attacking, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
One of the key aspects for Kawhi Leonard's scoring per game is his ability to get to the free throw line. This guy lives there.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
The shot's good.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Reddick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Kennard with the ball to the right side. Cousins finds Kennard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Kennard's got 6.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Reddick passes to Marjanovic. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Brunson against Jackson. Powell. Back to Brunson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Kennard. Misses the layup. Brunson scanning the floor. And here's Reddick. Here's Powell. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Mavericks on top. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Reggie Jackson. Batum's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Oturu in at the 4 spot.
Amazing when you're 7'3" with great instincts. You create an opportunity to get the putback. Nice work, Kristaps Porzingis.
Jackson passes to Mann. Feeds it to Cousins. Porzingis with the block. One-on-one fast break. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Well, you can see Tim Hardaway is in his element right now. This guy is a solid transition player. He knows where to get to.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Jackson passes to Mann. Oturu tips it back in. Oturu's got his first points of the game.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Burke kicks to Porzingis. He dishes it to Hardaway. Back to Porzingis. And Porzingis throws it down hard.
Don't sleep on his athleticism now. Porzingis plays well above the rim.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Jackson passes to Cousins. And foul on the shot. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Nobody near Leonard takes the elbow jumper and drains it.
Well, we know this about Kawhi Leonard. He can score at all three levels, taking advantage of the mid-range game there.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Releases. Dallas again missing. And so Cousins will bring it up for Los Angeles. 6-point game. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. The free throw drops for Leonard.
Well, this is the kind of player he is. The tougher the moment, the more he elevates his game.
Now, here's Doncic. Richardson outside. Cousins against Porzingis. Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Porzingis. And he makes good on the layup. Porzingis has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, one thing we know, Porzingis is fearless. He had no hesitation on what was a huge basket for them.
George dishes to Cousins. Back to George. Shoots from 14. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
That's what you expect from your leader. Paul George stays calm and doesn't get overwhelmed by the moment.
1:32 left here in the fourth quarter. Doncic passes to Richardson. 13 feet away. On the wing, Doncic. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And the dunk by Doncic.
Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments, and my goodness, embrace the spotlight, young man.
George against Doncic. Pass to Leonard. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Marcus Morris is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Mavericks leading by 5. Richardson outside. Back to Doncic. The dish to Cauley Stein. Doncic passes to Porzingis. No good. He's now missed more than he's made. 4 for 9. Here's George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You got to love the penetration by Paul George. He's really quick on his feet, and the defense cannot handle him right now.
Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Dallas. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. One possession game now.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
We've got 28 seconds left in the game. Doncic kicks to Richardson. Doncic passes to Porzingis. It drops.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute. Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Here's Doncic from deep three-point range, off target. So it's an arrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. It's just about game time. The Blazers never looked more confident than they short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Dallas, Cauley Stein is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then it's Josh Richardson, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Lillard outside. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Man, both on balance and on point. Damian working through that mid-range area now.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Doncic left side. That shot is off target. That makes him 2 for 3. That's a 2 from Lillard. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The 3 for Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Now, here's Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Over to the wing. Here's Lillard. Lillard again missing. Richardson against McCollum. From past the arc. And there's Richardson. That's good on the assist from Cauley Stein.
The evolution of Josh Richardson is going to be very exciting for this organization. When he's sinking the catch-and-shoot jump shots, look out.
Now, here's Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. Pass to Nurkic. And that one hits back iron.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Pass to Doncic. Covington with the steal. Fires it up. They swipe it. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, there's the pass to Porzingis. Cauley Stein. Great positioning on the putback.
Talk often about physicality of bigger players. Cauley Stein, one of those guys who fits into that category.
Lillard finds McCollum. Nurkic with it. Portland moving the ball over. McCollum passes to Lillard. Clock at 6. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Has tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Down low. Here's Porzingis. And Covington sends it back. And they get it back. Pass to Finney-Smith. Kicks it to Doncic. Over Lillard. Up again. Porzingis on the foul.
Well, when you see Porzingis attack the glass, you want to stand up in your seat. There's been these opportunities where we've seen him flying in for some highlight dunks.
Now, here's Covington. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Lillard. From deep. That one, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Doncic passes to Richardson. That one rolling around and rims out. Trailblazers trail by 5. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's good.
I know CJ plays the 2-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
Right wing. Porzingis inside. Covington's there. Richardson dishes to Cauley Stein. Doncic feeling it out. Here's Finney-Smith, and the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. So at the end of 1 quarter of play. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is stiff.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Portland, they've got Jones, Anthony out there with Ennis Kanter. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point guard. And so here is Dallas after the Trailblazers pick up 2. On the wing, Hardaway. The pass to Marjanovic. Shoots over Kansas. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And it's Jones with the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Here's Simons. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Trailblazers leading by 3. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
And here's Brunson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Burke finds Brunson. Kanter against Marjanovic. Here's Brunson. 6 to shoot. Marjanovic, no good. And here are the Trailblazers. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. Here's Anthony. And Portland again with the bucket.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Outside Hardaway. Passes to Marjanovic. Feeds to Burke. It's stolen by Jones. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
And Dallas going with the whole new group out there. Little, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
Don't want to be careless around Cauley Stein. That's when he rises up and blocks shots away.
Anthony with the defensive effort.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it. Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Doncic passes to Cauley Stein. To end the run. Porzingis trying to get free. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Cauley Stein. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Here's Simons, guarded by Doncic. Anthony against Porzingis. Here's Simons, back to Anthony, over Porzingis. That one good for 2. Anthony's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Back to Doncic. And here we go. All going up court. That's tipped and stolen by Richardson. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Maybe the length coming into play this time for Cauley Stein as he's up and over the top of everyone.
Simons the pass to Little. He kicks it to Kanter. Here's Simons. Porzingis with the rebound.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
Pass to Doncic, stolen by Kanter. And now Portland on the break. Deflects the pass. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Cauley Stein. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were always within striking distance. 5 points. And
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Without question, Billy Cauley-Stein displaying his skills tonight.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
They got Porzingis, Doncic out there with Richardson. Then there's Cauley-Stein, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Here's Doncic. The Blazers getting the bucket. He dishes it to Richardson. Doncic against Lillard. Doncic passes to Porzingis, and it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Doncic.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
Dallas making a switch here. Redick is checked in. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And he's all over that shot, has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Now here's Lillard. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Lillard. Nurkic in the post. Cauley-Stein defending and stolen by Richardson. Fast break Dallas. The three for Doncic. And Damian Lillard pulls it down.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Porzingis on the follow. Porzingis has got it back down to within single digits for the man.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Now, here's Lillard. The three, 5 on the clock. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. McCollum's checked in. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 6-point game.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
The team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
And Redick, here we go. Powell, no one around him. That one wide left. And G.A., even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
Now, here's Redick. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Kleber, no good.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Cans it from downtown.
Well, that's a go-to for CJ. He looks to spray it from three-point line as much as he possibly can.
Brunson scanning the floor. Now the dish to Powell. Back to Brunson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Hardaway finds Brunson. Trailblazers leading by 9. At the elbow, it's Lillard. Dishes it to Nurkic. And here's McCollum for 3. Doesn't go for it. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Back to Redick. Stolen by McCollum. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself.
I like how active McCollum was there on defense. Not afraid to poke his hands in there at the right time. Very opportunistic score there.
Now here's Brunson. Kicks it to Powell. Brunson against Lillard. Powell, the 8-footer. And he comes up with the deuce. 41 seconds left to play here in the third. Lillard outside. Pass to Covington. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Hardaway. Here's Brunson. The 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. The three-pointer off the mark. That will count. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Portland in control with a 9-point lead to end the... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the floor for Portland, Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the 1. Here's Simons. Now Kanter. The pass to Carmelo. Four on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Jones. Portland needs to get off the shot. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Little, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Mavericks trail by 7. In the corner, Powell with it. From deep. And it's Portland with the rebound. Kanter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Anthony's shot is off. The Mavericks shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Brunson the pass to Powell. He kicks to Burke. Back to Powell. Passes it to Brunson. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Tries from 10. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
It's stolen by Marjanovic. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Here's Hardaway with the tip. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Now, here's Kanter. Jones looking for an opening. Pass to Kanter. And Portland with another turnover here. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Derek Jones. McCollum comes in for Little. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now, here's Doncic. And he can't bank that one in. Trailblazers leading by 5. Anthony kicks to Kanter. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. Back to Anthony. Over Porzingis. And he's fouled pretty. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Lillard finds McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Well, as a coachable guy with a very positive attitude, Cantor has to be feeling good on that shot.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Now, here's Doncic. Sweet little floater.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Here's Lillard. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth. Three-pointer. Mavericks with the rebound. Cauley Stein's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And now just a 2-point Trailblazer lead. Doncic against Lillard. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. Outside Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Porzingis.
Well, that's a shot right there he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't hit.
Finney Smith kicks to Porzingis. Doncic outside. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Money!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard scanning the floor. Now the pass to Cantor. Doncic against Lillard. Outside Anthony. Back to Lillard. Inside. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And so the timeout here taken by Rick Carlisle. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Enes Kanter.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a hold.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And there's Jackson. And it's Zubats in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the small forward position. And the wide open shot from Morris. Great look, but off the mark. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. And the dunk by Powell.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now, here's George. Takes it out to Leonard. From deep. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very powerful guy. Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Launches a 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Strength, body control, and focus. Kawhi showing it all right there.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw this game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Trailblazers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Lillard finds McCollum. Back to Lillard. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by George.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
Jackson, that's good.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
Lillard outside. Connects from three-point range. Lillard's got 5 now.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
George against Lillard. Leonard on the wing. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range, Morris with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
George from deep three-point land. From outside, off the mark. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Trailing by 2. A fadeaway. Kicks it out to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. The Trailblazers trail by 4. Lillard from deep three-point land. Lillard again missing.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Morris, no good.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Now here's Lillard, following the miss by Marcus Morris. Over George. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Oh, man, he hasn't had the rhythm tonight. Tried to make up for it there, but it just wasn't meant to be.
Morris passes to Leonard. The shot by George, wide open. And the 3 off target.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And the basket by McCollum.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Powell against Leonard. From outside the arc. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Here is Lillard. Oh, Covington in position. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He got into double digits. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he...
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the 2nd quarter. On the floor for Portland, Anthony is out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the guard position. And the layup's good off the glass. McCollum's got 4 this quarter.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. Outside Batum. Puts up a 3. And Kanter pulls it down.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the...
Wow! I can't believe that one.
That was incredible.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Stolen away. And again, Portland running the court in transition.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Clippers trail by 3. Passes it to Beverly. Kennard against McCollum. And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Clock at 6. Batum passes to Mann. Stolen by McCollum. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. And that one is good. Simons has got the lead up to 5 now for Portland.
Well, 6 of their last 10 points coming off the fast break.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
A different look now for Portland. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Anthony. Norman Powell comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now here's Rondo, Oturu. And Cousins kicks to Leonard. To halt the run, and it's good on the way in. Leonard's got 12 points in the game.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
And there's the pass to Hollis-Jefferson.
Yes.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Here's Cousins after the Trailblazers pick up 2. And it's denied. A solo fast break. Back to Lillard. Over Rondo, and it's sent back by George.
Not going to beat Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Los Angeles. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Lillard, right side.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. And it's George finishing it off.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Here's Lillard. 5 points in the game. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 7.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now, here's George, trailing by 5. Pass to Oturu. Back to George. Puts it up. And Cantor pulls it down. It's his first trip to the line.
And he finished last season right around 71% from the line, so not exactly his best percentage.
A different look now for Portland. Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Zubac is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Now, here is George. Pass to Oturu. That one goes in. Oturu's got his first points in this one.
We know about George's ability as a scorer, but he's also unselfish and a skilled playmaker.
Simons, the pass to Anthony. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got the lead back up to 7 now for Portland.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's George. And the basket is good. George has got his second bucket.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
A second chance effort. It's time now to go courtside as we... Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, well, the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They did give up a couple baskets. That's all for now.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. Now here's Covington. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. He gets that one. Covington's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Now, here is George. And the dunk by Zubac.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And there's the feed to Carmelo. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Hyundai Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Lillard from outside hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got 10.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
Kennard against McCollum. Floats one. Good D by McCollum.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Beverly against Lillard. Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now here's Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Man can hit.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Lillard finds Hollis Jefferson. Lillard against Beverly. Here's Nurkic. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 14.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Moving it up. Three-pointer, Lillard. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Shot clock at 6. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
The pump fake from Kennard is smartly done. Can't get a clean look, but gets a foul.
A different look now for Portland. Ennis Cantor's checked in for Nurkic. Harry Giles comes in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And Jones subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. Here's Simons. He's got 8. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And the dunk by Powell.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles. Here's Mann. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Kennard against Jones. Here's Mann, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Clippers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Portland leading by 12. Here's Simons. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. To the inside. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Here's Kennard. And it's rebounded by Covington. Covington's got 4 rebounds in this game. Cantor dishes to Jones. Kennard against Powell. Back to Covington. It's deflected. And even 3-on-3 break. Kennard for 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Powell, no one around him. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. And a miss there off the inbound.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good.
And so it's Portland up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Robert Covington. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Jones in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's what Portland's going with right now. Monday Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Powell. And it's McCollum off the drive. And that one drops. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
Never seems to shy away from playing in attack mode. McCollum likes to keep the pressure on the D.
Morris, no good.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Lillard finds Hollis Jefferson. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Now here's Anthony. Down low. Lillard outside. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, he bailed him out with that one. The shot clock was low. You got to just play straight up D. That is not the time to take a foul. I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused and they've executed.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Leonard with no one around. You know, Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways,
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Kanter, the pass to Lillard. Kanter, great positioning on the putback.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
George looking over the floor. Misses the 3.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
To the paint. Kanter, the pass to Carmelo. Feeds it to Kanter. It's hauled in by Beverly.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
And here's George for 3. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Inside, Kanter kicks to Nurkic. Good on the 13-footer.
Nurkic doesn't take a lot of bad shots, so when he decides to pull up off the dribble, you know he's feeling it.
Here's George. No good on that one. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Lillard. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here he's hit from three-point range.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Trailblazers.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for C.J. McCollum.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
No good on that one.
He's an NBA champion and Finals MVP in 2014. Kawhi continues to impact the game at the highest level.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. The rebound by Patterson. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And that one's good. Leonard.
A beast on the dribble drive. You see Kawhi right there, undeterred by contact.
Simons surveying the D. To the middle and stolen by Patterson. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Leonard, passes it to Kennard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Giles. Jacks up a three. Knocked loose.
Yeah, nice effort there in tracking down the long rebound.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target from three-point range. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next, the... Hello, basketball fans. You've got it. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Porzingis is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Kicks it out to Richardson. Pass to Finney-Smith. Doncic against George. And that one's good. Doncic. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players. But you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Doncic with it. Passes it to Porzingis. Deflected by George.
How about the timing from Paul George on that rejection? Twice on the pipe.
And that one's good. Leonard.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Here's Richardson. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Shot clock at 5. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Here's Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And here's Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Leonard's got 6.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Now, here's Doncic. Porzingis finds Doncic. And here is Cauley-Stein. Zubac defending. Porzingis against George. And here's Doncic from the arc. And no good that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. Leonard dishes to Morris. Back to Leonard. Passes it to Zubac. He kicks to Beverly. Puts one up from 19. The Mavericks pull it in. Here we go, one-on-one. To stop the drought. Porzingis can't hit.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Here's George after Luka Doncic's bucket. And George, here we go.
That's phenomenal athleticism on the drive. Paul George just sprints past everyone with ease.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. And the pass to Cauley Stein. Here's Finney Smith. Here's Doncic, and the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
Back to Beverly. There's the dish to George. A 3-ball. Porzingis with the rebound. The Mavericks have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Finney Smith passes to Richardson. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
An outstanding defensive play to earn the mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
To the paint, here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Tie game in Los Angeles. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the... And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
We've got Luke Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's man in at the 3, the small forward. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Clippers leading by 3. Got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Pass to man. Kicks to Jackson. He feeds it to Cousins. It's rebounded by Dallas. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Redick up top. Kennard covering. Marjanovic passes to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
If Powell's on the court, he's a threat to dunk it. Incredible athleticism.
Pass to Kennard. Outside for Batum. And And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Powell, the pass to Hardaway. Redick for 3. And with the rebound.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Finished off the break. Mann's got his first points of the game.
Well, the pass to set up that bucket was terrific. Fired it right up the court. Didn't allow the defense to react in time. Nice.
Brunson kicks to Redick. Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, he soars to the rim to finish off that alley-oop. Patterson playing way above the cylinder.
Jackson against Brunson. On the wing, Hardaway. Now, here's Marjanovic. Guarded close. On the wing, Hardaway. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Brunson. Kept alive.
Well, I think Hardaway Jr. has the kind of athleticism that allows him to be a contributor on the backboards.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Pass to Kennard. The pass to Mann. Now the feed to Patterson. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Back to Hardaway. No good on the shot. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
Brunson kicks to Redick. Back to Brunson.
And we all know that Redick can shoot it. And I mean shoot it well. But there, nice dime to set up a teammate.
Kennard against Redick. Kennard, the pass to Patterson. Fires the 3. Kennard's shot is off.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
A shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it.
This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. Count it, good.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Now Jackson. Shoots over Brunson. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much. And that does it for our...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. Cauley-Stein against Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Boy, what is more fear-invoking than Kawhi off the bounce near the cup? Look out.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Pass to Morris. Outside Leonard. Fires from deep. And it's Leonard again missing.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Kristaps Porzingis is so agile, mobile, and hostile. You give him a lane, and he'll take advantage.
The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. George looking around, and it's George finishing it off.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Porzingis finds Doncic. Here's Cauley-Stein. Zubac's defending. Doncic passes to Cauley-Stein. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Richardson outside. To the left side wing. Pass to Burke. Back to Kleba. It's good. The assist that time from Burke.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
George against Doncic. George passes to Leonard. To the left wing. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Shot from the wing. Kleba with the rebound.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. And here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
I guess he didn't appreciate getting scored on that last strip.
I guess not. He threw it down right on top of him. Out to Doncic. Feeds it to Cauley-Stein. Back to Doncic. Over George. George with the defensive effort. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Here's Leonard. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. They recover it. Outside for George. Six to shoot. And at last, they get one to fall.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Doncic looking it over. Down low. Here's Kleba. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Cauley Stein. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Doncic. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Burke. To the inside. A shot by Batum, no good. There's the steal. Right side Jackson. Kennard for three. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
Good at staying with his man. Love watching Redick.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Mann in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Batum. Count the basket. And the Clippers lead by 3.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Shoots over Zubac. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. Mike Powell comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Passes to Kennard. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Redick. It's rebounded by Dallas. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the dunk by Powell.
That's about great concentration. Dwight Powell, under duress of the defense, finishes nonetheless.
Final quarter of play, about 1.5 minutes off the clock into it. Jackson dishes to Batum. The pass to Kennard. For 3. It's rebounded by Brunson.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
To take the lead, and he sinks the layup.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Now, here's Doncic. It's Richardson on the wing. Inside. Porzingis kicks to Finney-Smith. For the 3. No good that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. Here's Leonard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 1.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. George against Doncic. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Cousins. And it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
Doncic against George. Doncic dishes to Cauley Stein. And that one, good.
What a pass by Luka Doncic. He's got tremendous size, and obviously they want the ball in his hands.
George finds Leonard. about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You can see the kind of savvy Kawhi Leonard plays with. This guy makes the defense commit and gets himself to the foul line.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
You must embrace the pressure and knock down critical free throws. Nicely done.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Porzingis passes to Finney Smith. Back to Porzingis. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. Porzingis can't hit. Los Angeles leading by 3. Outside, George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Cousins. Good!
No moment ever too big for the big man DeMarcus Cousins. Go ahead, sir.
Doncic outside. Pass to Finney Smith. Lets the 3 fly. It's no good. He's now 4 of 9 from the field. 2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
And Beverly kicks to Morris. And stolen by Richardson. Here's Doncic. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments, and my goodness, embrace the spotlight, young man.
Morris finds George.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
To think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
And he gets the bucket.
Guys, that's just really ugly.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.